I wanted to talk today about how smartphones are impacting our ability to be present in a moment. And this video has really been sparked by seeing the footage of people stood along the Royal Mile in Edinburgh while the Queen's funeral cortege, coffin, travelled past them as I'm filming this less than a week after our Queen's passing. And what really struck me was just how many people were stood there with their phones in their hands, capturing pictures, capturing videos. But when you look at the footage or when you look at a still image, it's really, really stark just how many people have got their phone in their hand and are capturing it all through their phone. And for me, this brings up a lot of problems, really. For a start, is it disrespectful? I don't know if we have yet got the rules of what disrespect is when it comes to phone use, but I personally find it relatively disrespectful. You know, if we take out the fact that this is our Queen and just say this is somebody in a coffin, this is anybody, you know, if it was a family member of mine, I wouldn't want to see people videoing that and taking images of it. I know, of course, this is the Queen, so it is, you know, a obviously incredibly public figure. But at the same time, I do think there is a level of disrespect there. I think in the pre-smartphone age, people would bow their heads as a coffin passed. They would pay their respect. They would have a moment of peace and reflection and quiet. And now it's phone in hand. And I actually heard someone say that they thought everyone was saluting. They were like, what's that salute? Is this some kind of salute you do for the Queen? No, it's just because the arms are up holding the phone. So the level of disrespect is one thing. The second thing is not being present in that moment. You know, a lot of these people will have travelled, you know, all day to be there at that moment. They'll have stood there for hours and hours to get their spot. And then when the moment came for them to see the Queen pass by them, they're more focused on capturing that moment on an image than being present, than feeling the emotions, than, you know, really being part of that moment in history. So it really does remove the feeling of being present. And I suppose the last and final issue before we come back to the thing about being present is that what you're going to do with those images and videos. Is it so you can prove to people you were there? Is it so you can kind of show off and see how many Facebook likes you can get because you were stood there as the Queen's cortege passed? Is it because you want to show off to family on WhatsApp? Because it's highly unlikely you're going to look back at that image or video on your phone. If you want to look back at images and videos, there's going to be absolutely loads of them. There already is loads of them that you can access because it's such a well-documented moment. So what is it for what purpose? Is it for validation from other people? And I think the smartphone era has also increased our need for validation from others. But that's a video for another time. Let's get back to the thing about being present. And you'll see this a lot now at concerts. You'll see it in a concert, you'll see a sea of people with their phones aloft and they're watching the concert through their phone, capturing the best video of their heroes on the stage, rather than just being present and enjoying that moment. Now, I know when I go to a concert, of course, I get the odd picture, I get the odd video, but then I like to put my phone away and just be present. I've got my few memories. I don't need to video every song. I don't need to get pictures of every move they make on the stage. And I can enjoy myself. I can dance and I can enjoy and I can be part of it and I can clap. That's another thing, actually, I heard someone say about the use of smartphones as the Queen's cortege passed. You know, they were expecting applause. They said it's quite often you would see applause in situations like this, but people can't clap because one hand is being used to hold a smartphone. So yeah, you would definitely get more applause with hands free rather than holding a smartphone. But it's not just at big events. The issue of being present doesn't just come down to the big events. It's bigger than that even. You know, are we being present at home with our loved ones? Are we listening to them? You know, I shared another video about why I've become passionate about reducing smartphone use, and I told the message of my daughter saying to me, Mum, you're always on your phone, you don't listen to me. And I had to acknowledge, yes, I'm not present for her, and I knew I needed to change that. So are we being present for the people that matter, or are we looking at our phone instead of listening to them or playing with them or watching something with them or just being with them? Just being in the same room and on your phone is almost straight away saying, I'm more interested in this than being interested in you right now. So even just being present with people we love. And then the final point I want to make is being present with ourselves. Because if we're always looking at what other people are doing, do we ever really have those moments of self-reflection, of meditation, of calm? Not really. You know, I used to always wear earphones when I walk the dog and listen to a podcast, and now I don't do that anymore. That's one of my moments of calm for the day, of which I try and make sure I have several now. But going out for that 30 minutes on my own, listening to the sounds around me, taking in what I can see, without listening to someone whittering on in a podcast, has made a huge difference to helping me feel present in a moment. So it's something for you to think about today. Could you be more present by reducing your smartphone use? Is this a problem we are going to see just explode more and more, that people are struggling to be present in a moment without living it through a smartphone, or ignoring people or ourselves and our own inner thoughts due to a smartphone? And if you would like to reduce your phone use, I do have a short course that can help with that. It is only £9 and I would love for you to have a look at it. There is both a video version and an ebook version, and you get both when you purchase it. And you can just, take as much as you can from it. Even if it just reduces your smartphone use a tiny bit, it's going to have an impact on your life. Take care.